In the 1970s, a predator moved through quiet neighborhoods in California. Tree-lined streets, unlocked windows, families who believed they were safe until night fell. No forced entry, no witnesses, no face. Just the feeling that someone had been watching. He didn't rush. He studied, observed, learned routines. Who left the lights on? Who locked their doors? Who didn't? And when the moment came, he moved. He attacked at night and vanished before dawn, leaving behind fear, confusion, and a question no one could answer. Who was he? They called him many names: the East Area Rapist, the original Night Stalker. Names born from fear and frustration. Because for years, he wasn't just attacking, he was evolving. What began as stalking became intrusion. What began as an intrusion became assault. And then it became something worse: murder. Over 50 sexual assaults, at least 13 lives taken, entire communities held hostage by uncertainty. Doors locked tighter, lights are left on longer, sleep became impossible. And yet, he was never caught. No face, no identity, no ending. And then, just as suddenly as it began, he stopped. No warning, no explanation, silence, as if he had simply disappeared, but he hadn't. For over 40 years, the man behind those crimes lived a normal life. He blended in. He got married, raised a family, went to work, paid bills, smiled at neighbors, waved at strangers. A life built in plain sight. He aged, he waited, and with every passing year, the case grew colder. Files collected dust. Leads went nowhere. Detectives retired. Some believed he was dead. Others feared something worse, that he was alive and free. But while he was living his life, something else was changing. Science was evolving, quietly, relentlessly. DNA technology, once primitive, was becoming something powerful, something precise, something that could speak, even when a suspect wouldn't. Because long before he vanished, he left something behind: a trace, a fragment, a biological signature sealed in time. Back then, it meant nothing. Now, it meant everything. Because you can outrun the police, you can change your name, your address, your life, but you can't outrun your DNA. The attacks began in 1976. Victims told the same story. A man watching, waiting, learning. He would enter homes in the dead of night, tie up couples, control the room, whisper threats in the dark. There was a pattern. He calculated, deliberate. He wasn't improvising. He was rehearsing. Investigators knew this wasn't random. This was the same man, the same voice, the same method, the same control, and eventually, the same DNA. But in the 70s and 80s, DNA couldn't identify him. It could only confirm one terrifying truth: the same monster kept coming back, until one day, he didn't. No more attacks, no more clues, nothing. Years turned into decades. The case became legend, a ghost story rooted in reality. Some thought he had died. Others believed he had simply stopped. But the truth was, he had never been found. Then everything changed. A new kind of investigation emerged. Not a fingerprint search, not a suspect lineup, something different, a family search. Their investigators took that old DNA, the same sample collected decades ago, and uploaded it into a public genealogy database, not looking for the killer, looking for relatives. And they found them. A distant cousin, then another, third cousins, fourth cousins, people who had no idea. Their DNA was part of a manhunt, and slowly, a family tree began to form, branch by branch, name by name, until one path led somewhere specific, to a single identity. The name was Joseph James DeAngelo, a former police officer, a Vietnam veteran, a father, a grandfather, a man who had lived undetected for decades, But suspicion, this is not proof, and investigators needed certainty. So they watched him, quietly, carefully, every movement, every habit. They waited, because cases like this aren't solved with speed. They're solved with patience. And then it happened. He threw something away. A small, meaningless act. Trash. But inside it was everything. A piece of discarded DNA, collected, tested, compared. And when the results came back, there was no doubt. The match was undeniable. After more than 40 years, the ghost had a name. In 2018, he was arrested. No chase, no resistance, just a quiet moment where the past finally caught up. The man who once moved through darkness now stood in the light, in court. He sat silently, aged, still, unrecognizable from the shadow he once was. The same man who had whispered threats in the night now said nothing at all. For the survivors, for the families. This wasn't just an arrest. It was the end of a question that had haunted them for decades. But justice doesn't erase what happened. It doesn't undo fear. It doesn't return what was taken. It simply draws a line between the past and accountability. This case changed everything. It proved that time is no longer protection, that even after decades of silence, one piece of evidence can rewrite the entire story. Because the truth doesn't disappear. It waits, hidden in places no one thought to look, waiting for the moment when it can finally be seen. So now the question becomes, how many others are out there, living ordinary lives with extraordinary secrets? How many stories are still unfinished? Tell me what you think. Do you believe there's such a thing as a perfect crime anymore? Or is every secret just waiting to be uncovered? If this story stayed with you, share it, because awareness matters. And if you want more cases where the past refuses to stay buried, subscribe to Shadow Case Files, because some monsters don't vanish. They just get older. And even the most careful plans leave something behind, a signal, a trace, a mistake, a truth that refuses to stay buried. And in the end, no matter how deep the past is hidden, some stories always rise back to the surface. Every case leaves a shadow. Every mystery deserves a voice. This is Shadow Case Files,